12 years old, and already shaking the very foundation of the British monarchy. Prince George just declared he doesn't want to be king. It's the announcement no one saw coming. Prince George, the future heir to the British throne, standing before his classmates in a speech that left teachers stunned and the royal family in disbelief. In a voice both resolute and trembling, the young prince confessed his deepest truth. He doesn't want the crown. His words weren't just a fleeting expression. They were a declaration of independence that sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace and rattled the very core of the monarchy. For King Charles and Prince William, it was nothing short of heartbreak. A future they had imagined, now seemingly slipping away in the tearful revelation of a 12-year-old boy. Was this a fleeting cry for freedom or a sign of something deeper, an unraveling of royal expectations under the weight of modern pressures? And what does this mean for the line of succession? Can a prince truly walk away from destiny? Or is there more to this story, a hidden truth, a battle within the palace walls to control the narrative before it spirals out of control? Stay with us as we unravel the real story behind Prince George's bombshell declaration, the secret reactions of King Charles and Prince William, and the mounting pressure that could change the face of the monarchy forever. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. In a world where tradition meets modernity, the British royal family stands as a steadfast symbol of continuity, duty, and heritage. The lineage of kings and queens, stretching back centuries, is bound by a sacred promise to the nation, a promise that the crown will always have a successor, ready to serve the people. Yet, in a breathtaking twist, the very future of that legacy has been thrown into uncertainty, not by scandal or political strife, but by the words of a child, Prince George, the future king, who has just delivered a declaration that stunned the monarchy and the world. It was an ordinary day at Thomas's Battersea, the prestigious London school where Prince George has been receiving his education. As a future monarch, his school life, though meticulously private, has always carried a hint of public curiosity. The young prince, often seen smiling alongside his parents, Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, appeared to be just another schoolboy, albeit one whose destiny was unlike any other. The students, teachers, and even the royal aides assigned to ensure George's safety had no idea that this day would mark a turning point not just for the young prince but for the monarchy itself. The moment came unexpectedly, during what was supposed to be a simple class presentation. George had been working on a speech assignment, an exercise meant to boost public speaking skills, a routine part of the curriculum. As he stepped to the front of the class, his posture was slightly tense, his hands clutching a few sheets of paper, but his face betrayed none of the turmoil brewing inside him. His classmates sat in their seats, some whispering quietly, but most focused on George, intrigued by what the young royal would say. As he began to speak, his voice was calm, though a hint of hesitation could be detected. He spoke of freedom, of choosing one's path, and of the importance of happiness. At first, the words seemed innocuous, perhaps even typical of a 12-year-old's perspective shaped by modern values. However, as his speech progressed, the gravity of his message became starkly clear. George, in a voice that wavered slightly but grew firmer with each word, declared that he did not wish to inherit the throne. "I don't want to be king," he said, his voice steady but carrying the weight of a decision that no one saw coming. "I want to be free to choose my own life. I don't want to live in a world where my future is decided before I can understand it. I want to be myself, not a symbol." The room fell silent, a heavy, disbelieving silence. The teacher, visibly shocked, glanced at the royal aides who, equally stunned, exchanged hurried whispers. George continued, explaining that while he loved his family and respected the role his father and grandfather carried, he couldn't envision himself walking the same path. The simplicity of his words cut through the room like a blade, piercing the hearts of those who heard it. Outside the classroom, one of the royal protection officers received a call, an urgent message relayed from Buckingham Palace. Unbeknownst to George, his declaration was about to trigger a cascade of consequences that would ripple through the royal family and the nation. Back at Kensington Palace, Prince William had just concluded a meeting when his personal secretary, pale and anxious, relayed the news. The future king's face drained of color as the realization sank in. George, his firstborn, the boy who was to be the next king, had publicly rejected his birthright. Stunned and almost paralyzed by the weight of the revelation, William knew that this wasn't just a family matter. It was a constitutional crisis in the making. Meanwhile, King Charles, who had been conducting royal duties at Clarence House, received the news from his most